Hello everyone! Welcome to my video, Pedagogical Frameworks in Distance and Online Education. This presentation focuses on two important models in online education, Moore's Transactional Distance Theory and the Community of Inquiry Framework. We'll break down their key components, how they work, and why they matter in today's digital learning environments. It's a lot to cover, so let's get started. First, we'll start with Moore's Transactional Distance Theory, published in 1997. This model highlights three main components in distance learning: dialogue, structure, and learner autonomy. Transactional distance isn't just about being far apart. It's the mental and communication gap between students and instructors. That gap depends on how these three elements interact. Now let's see more about these elements. Dialogue is all about the back and forth between teacher and student, whether that's live conversations or feedback through messages or assignments. Structure refers on how tightly the course is organized. A very structured course leaves little room for flexibility. Lastly, learner autonomy is the student's ability to manage their own learning, setting their pace, staying motivated, and reaching their goals. Basically, the more structure and less dialogue means the students need to be more independent. But more conversation and flexibility can make learning easier for those who need support. Next, let's explore some examples to illustrate the components of this theory and their relationships. First up, think of a superstructured pre-recorded course, like a massive online open course. There's not much interaction, so students have to really push themselves. That means high autonomy and high transactional distance. Now, let's compare that to a live Zoom class with lots of feedback and a flexible schedule. There's more conversation and support, so the distance feels smaller, and it's easier for learners who need more guidance. Lastly, let's take Duolingo, the language app, for example. You pick when to study, get feedback as you go, and the structure is light. This is a great example of a balanced approach with all three elements working together nicely. Next, let's explore some of the implications of the theory for teaching and learning. Moore's model reminds us that a course design isn't one size fits all. We need to think about how much interaction students need and how ready they are to manage their own learning. Some learners thrive in more freedom and structure, while others need more support and opportunities for real-time feedback. To bring this theory into today's world, we can make a few smart updates. Add tools like social media groups or live chats to boost real-time dialogue and build connection. Use adaptive learning platforms that adjust to each learner's pace and performance. And bringing in gamified elements like points, badges, or progress tracking. This helps learners stay engaged and motivated on their own. With that said, Moore's theory could use an update for today's digital world. A great complement is the gamified learning theory, published by Zarek in 2021. With the rise of mobile apps and constant digital engagement, learners today are driven by motivation, challenge, and interaction. Games don't just deliver content. They shape learning behavior through problem solving and active participation. This adds a whole new layer to Moore's model, showing how learners interact with content, instructors, and each other in more dynamic ways. It's not a replacement, it's an evolution. Now, let's explore the community of inquiry model, by Garrison, Anderson, and Archer, published in 2020. Let's start with its key components and their relationships. The community of inquiry focuses on the development of meaningful online learning through the interaction of three elements: teaching presence, social presence, and cognitive presence. Teaching presence involves course design, facilitation, and direct interaction. The social presence enables students to project themselves emotionally and socially by helping them build a community. Lastly, the cognitive presence is the degree to which learners construct meaning through reflection and discourse. These three elements are interdependent. Teaching presence sets the stage for social interaction, which in turn supports cognitive engagement. Without social presence, meaningful discourse and critical thinking, or cognitive presence, are unlikely to flourish. Now, let's illustrate this framework with some examples. Example 1. An intro video in an online massive open course. Let's say the course kicks off with a short intro video from the instructor and each student. Then everyone shares a little about themselves in blog posts. That helps break the ice and builds a social presence. The instructor stays active with weekly updates and clear guidance, so there's strong teaching presence too. And by commenting on each other's blogs and reflecting on weekly topics, students engage cognitively. Example 2. Moodle collaboration. Let's say students are in a Moodle course working on a group project, like brainstorming ways to integrate technology into teaching. The instructor sets expectations and posts prompts. That's the teaching presence. Then the students discuss ideas in forums or collaborate on a shared Moodle wiki. That's the social presence. And then they evaluate solutions or submit a proposal. That's the cognitive presence. When used this way, Moodle really brings all of the three elements together. The example 3, a Zoom or video debate. Now let's picture a live Zoom debate where students discuss hot topics with the instructor guiding the conversation. Everyone is actively sharing, thinking critically, and applying what they have learned. These real-time discussions are a great way to build community and push deeper learning. That's cognitive presence and social presence and teaching presence again, all at the same time. Lastly, let's explore some of the implications for teaching and learning that this framework has. The CoI model reminds us that online learning thrives on connection, structure, and deep thinking. To make it even stronger today, we could apply different techniques. Use tools like breakout rooms, whiteboards, and video replies to boost social presence. Keep feedback timely and clear to maintain teaching presence. Add real-world tasks to challenge learners and deepen cognitive presence. As tech evolves, so should our strategies. CoI is still a rock-solid model, but it needs to keep pace with the tools and expectations of today's digital learners. So, to wrap things up, both Moore's transactional distance theory and the community of inquiry model give us powerful ways to understand online learning, but they also need to evolve with the times. Moore's theory shows us how learning depends on the balance between structure, dialogue, and autonomy. But today, tools like Duolingo, mobile apps, and real-time chats give students way more control and interaction than ever before. Gamified learning is a perfect example. It doesn't just teach, it motivates and engages learners in ways more probably never imagined. On the other side, the community of inquiry model helps us focus on building real community. It breaks down learning into three key pieces: teaching presence, social presence, and cognitive presence. And thanks to platforms like Moodle, video calls, and collaborative tools, Creating that community is totally possible if we design it with intention. In the end, both models still matter, and a lot. But to truly connect with today's learners, we have to adapt and expand them. By combining these frameworks and leveraging them with modern tools, we can create online learning that is not just effective, but also human, engaging, and deeply meaningful. Well, that's all for now. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it gave you a clearer view of Moore's and the CoI models in today's digital learning, just like it did for me. See you next time.